Please do.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
You are Jaya Sharma?
Yes, sir.
Please take a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Could you please introduce yourself, Jaya?
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm Jaya. I'm born and brought up in Hisar of Haryana, and did my schooling from there. I did my graduation, that is honors in mathematics, from Indraprasth College of Women, Delhi University. After that, I did my masters in mathematics from IIT Delhi. I got an opportunity to pursue a research project of ISRO in the field of measure theory. I've also worked for some time with an emerging startup called Nimble Vision in the field of water conservation. And I'm recently selected for the post of Deputy Superintendent of Police in Haryana Civil Services.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
This is your first interview before UPSC?
Yes, sir.
And when is your interview?
Sir, the dates are not yet out.
Okay. Tell me something. I came this morning in a taxi and it had a number 1729. Is there anything at all remarkable about this number?
Yes, sir. So this is the only number which can be written as the sum of two cubes in two different ways, which is 1 cube plus 12 cube and another is 10 cube plus 9 cube. And this is also called the Ramanujan or the Hardy-Ramanujan number, to be precise.
As a mathematician, you have to be a little more precise.
Yeah,
It's
one word.
not only. The word you used was only. It is actually smallest. It is the smallest number which can be expressed as the sum of two cubes.
Sir, I think I'm mistaken. Okay.
Right. Have you seen this movie based on this mathematician? What was the name of the movie?
Sir, the man who knew infinity. That is the name.
Yes. Right. Now, I also see that you've there was a debate on simultaneous elections
Yes, sir.
and you got the first prize.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
So, what is your view on simultaneous elections? Do you think this is something which should be pursued, or it's going to be just one of those ideas which are floated and which burst after, like a bubble after a while?
No, sir, I think that this is a good idea in terms of ensuring the policy continuity and improving the overall governance aspect of the Indian polity, because it is said that Indian polity is considered perennially in an election mode with around 5 to 7 legislative assemblies elections lined up every year, which leads to certain governance deficits like the application of model code of conduct, and the basic aspects of governance are neglected for months each time. And there are other administrative inefficiencies associated, like the tying up of the security forces, or the entire government machinery runs up to the mode of elections during the frequent
Right, I
elections.
appreciate all this, but then suppose simultaneous elections are held and then after 2 years the in a state the government loses its majority. What
Yes.
happens? Can you hold a midterm election? After that the whole scheme gets disturbed. The scheme of simultaneous elections then gets disturbed.
Yes.
So what's the way out?
So this is a challenge which lies in front. In fact, this is the major challenge which lies in making the one nation, one election possible. And recently, a panel has been created headed by former President Mr. Ramnath Kovind, and they are working out on the modalities of making this possible. As far as I have read, one of the ways which could be possible is that firstly synchronizing the legislative assembly elections with the Lok Sabha elections, then in the midterm phase, that is after the 2.5 years, another second phase is held in which the other set of elections can be combined with the Lok Sabha. So sir, that could be one way possible. But
Right, and you've also been working in the field of water conservation.
yes, sir.
My final question to you, what is meant by water stress compared to water scarcity in terms of per capita availability of water?
So water stress is considered when the per capita availability of water is 1700 per meter cube, and when it falls below
Per
the
cubic meter.
per cubic meter.
Yes.
Yes, sir. And when it falls below 1000 per cubic meter, that is considered water scarcity.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Jaya, taking from this point, okay, which in your understanding is the country which faces the highest water stress?
Yes, sir.
Would you remember any country which faces this highest water stress, yet it has managed its water problems quite successfully?
Sir, Israel is one country which has.
It doesn't have the highest. A neighboring country has the highest. Which are the neighboring countries of Israel?
Sir, Israel, also Jordan.
Jordan. Yes.
Jordan is the country.
Yeah. Yeah. You're a mathematician, no?
Yes, sir.
And women mathematicians have done wonders right from the days of World War II to the present day space science, no?
Yes, sir.
In this Chandrayaan mission also, one woman scientist, she led the mission operations.
Yes, sir.
Would you recall her name?
Sir, Dr. Ritu Srivastav.
Okay. And what was her contribution?
So,
She was
I'm
not actually the head of mission control. Somebody else was. Anyway, go ahead.
Sir, I'm not aware of her exact technical roles in the mission. I'm just aware that she was the woman head of the mission in my knowledge.
Okay. So when you see that so many women are achieving such glorious goals in the field of mathematics and science, no?
Yes, sir.
Why do you want to leave this field? You have a brilliant career. Okay, you are in IT and in math,
Yes, sir.
and go into a service which is very general, where we have a lot of competition with your peers who are women. Okay. So what is that drives you?
Sir, actually the reason is that towards the end of my college life and through participation in various activities in college like association with NGOs and NSS, I began to feel that there are two kinds of worlds. One which is wealthy, prosperous, and in fact taking from your conversation, one which is sending missions to the moon. Whereas we have other world which does not even have basic amenities of life. And I found for myself a greater role in working towards the upliftment of that world. And civil services provides an excellent and very diverse platform for making that happen. And that is why, while I can definitely contribute in the field of mathematics as well, but I for myself chose this field as a career option.
So your experience and in your understanding of all this, how does actually steer you? For example, you are the district magistrate of Hisar, and you have to like push education of girl children in a certain direction. So, and you have this new education policy as well, no? So, what will you do exactly?
So, to push the girl education in my district, I would first,
In terms of NEP and in terms of your own experience of scientist versus journalists
yes, sir.
for girl children.
Yes, sir. Sir, keeping both the aspects in mind, firstly, I would like to consider that the performance of girls or the participation of the girls in the STEM courses as we call, that is science, technology and mathematics, is not up to the mark, which is their participation is somewhere less than 50%, around 43%. That's what I can recall. So, for that, so conducive environment needs to be brought in school, and for that proper teachers training has to be done. So I'll ensure that the teachers training is done as per the national education policy as well, so that they provide a more conducive environment for the girls to come up in this field. Secondly, sir, a major issue that hinders the girls' participation in the higher education is that, sir, there are not basic facilities available related to hygiene, especially the menstrual hygiene in the schools. So that also acts as a deterrent factor.
No, that's for general schooling, no? We
Yes,
are talking about very specific,
Yes.
okay, scientific subject versus general subjects, no?
Yes.
And we have found that generally, given everything equal,
Yes.
girls perform better in the field of mathematics and science.
So actually, I would say that while the ability of the girls and boys to perform is equal, but there are certain societal mindsets which discourage girls, and there are perceptions that boys are better at the science or the technical or the mathematics kind of subjects, and that is the reason where not many girls come up. Moreover, sir, there is also issue associated that the work-life balance in the technical sector or in the careers related to science is skewed. So that also discourages girls to come up. So for that, in my district, I can ensure that certain role models are brought up in front of girls, and examples of successful mathematicians from India like the Shakuntala Devi, that can be given to girls so as to encourage them to take up these fields.
Okay, okay.
Jaya,
Yes, sir.
from mathematics,
Yes, sir.
what are some of the unresolved problems in mathematics?
Sir, there are certain fallacies which are unresolved in mathematics.
Any name, anything that you can tell me?
Yes, sir. Sir, I cannot
Okay.
recall.
Who is the Nobel Prize winner of maths in 2023?
Sir, actually there is no Nobel Prize in mathematics.
So, what is the highest prize in
Sir,
mathematics?
the Fields Medal is considered equivalent to the
Or
Nobel
Abel Prize?
Yes, sir.
During all this study, first of all, I am quite surprised and pleasantly surprised that you have chosen mathematics as your field of study. But during your entire study of maths, have you read anything about Vedic mathematics?
Sir, not formally. I have not formally.
So, do
read
you
them.
believe that Vedic mathematics is something which should be given to younger children?
Sir, as far as what I have read about Vedic mathematics, so it provides certain formulas and certain techniques so that the calculations can be done in a faster manner, and it improves the numerical ability of the children if taught to them. So while it is not formally induced in the Indian education system, in my opinion, it can be inculcated as an extracurricular activity for the start.
All right.
Introducing this is a very brilliant idea in my opinion.
So, do you really think that Shakuntala Devi is a brilliant mathematician, or she has some divine or unexplained power?
Sir, actually, her calculation abilities have been very exceptional. She has been able to perform calculations even faster than certain calculators as it is accorded to her.
Yeah, but I am
So-
trying to find something between, let's say, Ramanujan and Shakuntala Devi or some. People say that to such people, numbers flash in their thinking. Is this something real or something imaginary?
Sir, actually, regarding Shakuntala Devi, so she started engaging with numbers at the age of 3. So, since then she is calculating and dealing with numbers. So,
All right.
I think her ability has been shaped in this area right from very
Okay,
childhood.
let's move from mathematics. You know what is happening in the Red Sea these days?
Yes, sir.
How many percentage of world trade passes through Red Sea?
So, I'm aware of this world trade percentage. 12.5% passes through the Suez Canal.
Yeah, quite close.
Yes.
If a ship doesn't or is not allowed to pass through that, what is the alternative route?
So the alternative route is bounding the African continent through the Cape of Good Hope.
And
then-
what is the difference in the distance covered?
Sir, I'm not aware of the exact difference.
About 4,000 to 5,000 kilometers.
Yes, sir.
So, who is attacking the ships in the Red Sea?
Sir, there is a militant group in Yemen, that is the Houthis. They
Okay.
are attacking the commercial ships which
And are they
passing.
supported by someone? Are they against something? Why are they attacking these ships?
Sir, actually they are attacking because there is an ongoing war in Israel area, and they are attacking the Hamas group in the Gaza Strip. So against that, the Houthis are attacking the commercial vessels, and they are being supported by the Iran country.
Iran.
Yes.
So you're saying that Houthis are supported by Iran and they are helping the Hamas group in their war against Israel.
Yes, sir.
But I'm sure you know that the Houthis are of the same sect as Iranian Muslims, which is
The Shia.
Shias. But Hamas are Sunnis.
Yes, sir.
So, how does this work out? Generally, there is a deep divide between Shias and Sunnis.
Sir, what I have read is that the Hamas have been, although they are Sunnis, but traditionally they have been very close to Iranians and they have been loyal to the Iranians.
Can you guess a reason?
Sir, I am aware that
The
historically...
common enemy. The common enemy is Israel.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Why doesn't Haryana have any historical tourism in terms of forts or palaces?
So, there is no historical tourism because, sir, there are no remains of any historical
that's my
forts
point. Why not?
and palaces.
In spite of the battles of Panipat, in spite of so much history surrounding Haryana, Thanishwar,
Thanishwar, yes, sir.
and yet there's
Sir,
no historical
Firoz Shah Tughlaq, he built a fort around the Hisar area, in fact, itself. So that complex is there, but it is not in a very good state right now. And the lack of historical tourism can be attributed to not pursuing the tourism policies very actively.
In terms of tourism, any kind of tourism, what does Haryana have?
So, Haryana has, in the terms of tourism, one is religious tourism, in Kurukshetra especially because it is the land where the
No, wait,
Bhagavad
what
Gita...
else?
So, there is, in the Kurukshetra itself, there is one of the Shakti Peeths
Okay,
which is
religious.
available.
What else?
Then, sir, there is Mansa Devi near Panchkula.
Okay, this is all religious. Now,
Yes,
other
sir.
than religious.
Other than religious. So, sir, Haryana is trying to increase the heritage tourism and the wildlife tourism through...
Wildlife, yes, you have some sanctuaries there.
Yes,
But
sir.
in terms of heritage, what do we have?
Sir, I'm trying to say that they are trying to increase it in terms of the ecotourism and the wildlife heritage. So,
All right.
yes, sir.
Now,
In the Aravallis, especially.
Now, Aravallis are very, very eco-fragile, with the Supreme
Yes.
Court having banned all kinds of mining, etc. Do you think trying to encourage tourism in the Aravallis is a good idea?
Sir, definitely the Aravallis are very fragile and there are certain environmental concerns which have been raised. But so we have to think in terms of other areas as well. That is the socio-economic development or the protection that can be provided if Aravallis are protected in terms of a ecotourism project.
Is that so easy?
So no, sir, this is not
All
an
right.
easy
My
task.
last question, because you are a young lady. Now, in a very typical society like India, most women work at home as housewives,
Yes, sir.
correct? And the housewife's work is not monetized,
Yes.
even notionally. Do you think it would be a good idea to notionally monetize the work that the housewife does and include it in the nation's GDP?
Sir, in my opinion, it is not a good idea to monetize the housewife's work.
Why not?
So, because it will rather perpetuate that the household works are associated with women only. Rather, we need to promote that
I thought it would be the good idea that even otherwise we just assume certain works will be done by women.
Yes, sir. So, but that is my point, that right now we just
But
assume...
what about in pure economic terms, in terms of India's economy? Then what happens?
So, right now it is not added to the GDP.
That's what I'm saying.
If it is monetized, then it will increase the GDP.
So
India's
in pure
GDP.
economic terms, is that a good thing?
Sir, I think I cannot comment on the pure economics term.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Jaya,
Yes.
very good evening.
Good evening, sir.
You come from Haryana.
Yes, sir.
Haryana shares its capital with Punjab,
Yes, sir.
and there's always this demand of separate capital.
Yes, sir.
Let's say there's consensus among people to make Hisar as the capital of Haryana.
Yes, sir.
What things will be needed? Just point wise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sir, are you asking in terms of the infrastructure?
In any terms, is it possible to make Hisar as the capital of Haryana?
So, firstly, we'll have to have a legislature if the capital is separated, and then the Punjab and Haryana, they share the common high court as well. So if Chandigarh is not the common capital, then that will also have to be considered. Shifting, not shifting, but an altogether new infrastructure has to be created.
So this demand is totally baseless. There should not be separate capital for Haryana.
Sir, in my opinion, that this is a very contentious issue, and both the states are not ready to divert on Chandigarh being their capital. And over the years, we have seen that the people of both the states have been living peacefully in Chandigarh, and both the states are developing their own regions. For example, Punjab is developing the Mohali side, where Haryana is developing the Panchkula side, and peace is maintained in the area. So as long as that is held, so I think the existing arrangement can work for years.
Okay. Jaya, what is this issue with SYL?
Yes, sir. Sir, this is the issue regarding the Satluj Yamuna canal, which was decided that it would be the certain share of the water would be given to Haryana back in 1960s when Haryana was separated, and Haryana has built its 90-kilometer share of the canal while Punjab did not. And when it made, so it finally disagreed to share the water with Haryana. Then Supreme Court intervened, and it has directed Punjab to give its share to Haryana, but Punjab is claiming that there is already water stress in that state, and it's not possible to have this division with Haryana, and the dispute is still going on. So.
Okay, you are a maths student.
Yes, sir.
Generally, there is a fear factor among students from maths. Why is that so?
Sir, that can be attributed to the abstractness of the subject and the idea that the subject has no direct implications, so it is not tangible, it cannot be understood in terms of tangible ways. That could be one reason. Secondly, sir, maths being a technical subject, there is always a pressure to perform in it, so that also adds to it. Then so the parental and the teacher expectations, and so in certain areas the teachers create some kind of fear in the schools about the subject, so that also adds to the fear among students.
Okay, Jay, I see your father is working as a district food and supply controller.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me the problems with current PDS system? What kind of reforms are required?
Yes, sir. Sir, the foremost problem is that the population which is covered by the PDS is very large, like it covers 67% of the total population of India, while there are certain expert committees which are saying that it should be, like the Shanta Kumar committee, that it should be reduced to 40% because of operational feasibilities. Secondly, sir, there are issues of the fiscal burden on the government because of this, and the Food Corporation of India, that faces issues like the transportation issues, or the loading or unloading is quite unmechanized. Then, sir, there are issues regarding the fair price shops. So they do not open on time, or very irregularly function in a very irregular manner. And then there is problem that Aadhaar seeding, which is a desired reform in the PDS system. So that is not possible at many places because of the internet connectivity.
Okay, my last question.
Yes, sir.
Midday meal.
Midday meal. Yes.
Why Haryana is not allowing anda, egg, in the midday meal?
Sir, sir, I'm not aware of the exact reason why Haryana is not allowing.
What can be the reason? Just logically
Sir, it
thinking.
can be due to the cultural factors that certain groups are not.
So culturally, Haryana kids don't need that kind of protein.
Sir, Haryana people do need that kind of protein, and in fact, Haryana is known for a very protein-rich diet. But that is in terms of milk and butter. Especially, sir, it is called the doodh dahi ka khana in Haryana. So
Okay.
that
Thank
is
you.
the source.
Thank you, Jaya.
How many mocks have you done?
So this is my third mock.
Third mock.
Yes, sir.
How many do you plan to do?
Sir, I have no plan as such. It depends on the date.
Okay, so just bear in mind, I'm red flagging this issue, that beyond a point, there's the law of diminishing returns kicks in. So I'll be giving you some practical tips on how to proceed. But prior to that, let me just say that you're a very promising candidate. Firstly, you are coming from a very good space, right? So you need to carry that confidence into the interview room, that from here the trajectory can only be higher.
Yes, sir.
You'll be wearing a formal dress, I presume?
Yes, sir. I'll be wearing a sari.
Okay. But just be aware of the placement of your feet, which is very awkward.
Okay, sir. I didn't
How would
realize,
it be?
sir.
Sure.
Sir, I think
It's a height.
Sir, actually,
Okay,
I'm
just
a
because
bit
of the height.
uncomfortable with this chair.
Because
So,
of the height.
yes,
So,
sir.
and normally the chairs will be like
I
this.
think, sir,
Normally
so
the
they will be with such
Okay,
width.
we understand that, Jaya.
Okay.
But normally the chairs will be like this. So,
Okay,
how are you going to confront that situation?
Sir,
Could you
can
wear high
I
heel?
just adjust
Could you wear
myself?
high heel?
I do not think, sir, I'll
Okay.
be wearing high heels.
Oh, you can conceal it with your saris.
Okay, so would
No, no, I
that
don't
be a
know.
good
I don't
idea?
know. That's not my suggestion.
Okay.
Yeah.
High heels have a problem of stability. So
But
anyway,
if she's comfortable.
if you're comfortable, we leave it to you to find out. But just bear in mind that this is something which you need to work on. Huh?
Okay, sir.
Now, as a matter of objective, the personality test looks to see whether you have officer-like qualities. It's not a test of knowledge per se.
Yes, sir.
That is the first thing to remember, because a lot of people, lot of candidates feel that it's a question and answer session. It's not. We are engaging you in various topics just to see whether you bring that kind of officer-like ability to analyze.
Okay.
So first, what are the qualities? First is integrity. So don't guess. Then comes balanced opinion, lucid exposition, logical thinking, conceptual clarity, and also self-confidence and poise, very important. Awareness of yourself, your district, state, nation, and the world. So what you do now, that in the time to come, and mind you, this is a heaven-sent opportunity, don't let it go by.
Yes, sir.
So in the time which is available, what you should do is take some 100 to 120 of these A4 size sheets. Think of the possible questions which can come. Your DAF is rich enough to throw so many of them at you. So DAF, current events, subject, and job, if any. These are the four main areas.
Yes, sir.
Once you have your question bank in good shape, for each topic do a deep dive, master the topic, and then reduce it to 4 or 5 bullet points in order of priority.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
And then sit in front of a mirror and practice. Practice makes perfect.
Yes, sir.
So already, as I see it, you have a number of plus points. You bring a lot of positives to the table. You are articulate. You have a sound knowledge base. You have a pleasant personality. You needn't look so grim all the time.
Sir, sorry, sir.
You needn't look so grim all the time.
Okay, sir.
Smile a little bit and look at all the panel members.
Yes.
You have been doing that, yes. But smile a little bit, okay?
You are looking a little tense and anxious. No need for that at all. As I said, you are coming from a very good space.
Actually, sir, that was because of the sitting. I was not comfortable.
Yeah,
like, all
that is
this
what I
time.
said. Yeah.
Okay. So I put you down as one of our top performers. Don't disappoint me.
Thank you, sir.
Best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
And I would like to add to what Sir has said, and that is, I have noticed that on many occasions, the moment the question is asked to you, start answering.
Okay.
Take a pause.
Take a moment or two, organize your thoughts, especially if you have prepared like what he said, as to what comes first, what should I speak first, and then put that in order and then start speaking. But don't take too long. I have seen that some of his questions, you took too long before you said that I don't know. I can't think of.
So
If you
that-
have to take longer time than a moment or two, then you should seek the permission of the board.
Okay, sir.
Sir, may I take a moment or a minute or so, or so, not a minute, may take some time.
Yes.
So these are the two things. If you have the answer, take a moment to organize your thoughts. If you do not have an answer, you want to think, then take the permission.
Yes.
All right? Okay, all the best to you.
You have any questions?
Sir, I just wanted to ask about the quality of the answers. So was that up to the mark?
You'll get a detailed feedback. As far as I'm concerned, very
Yes,
much
yes,
up to the
you'll
mark,
get.
because I was asking some really technical ones also. Things like water stress and water scarcity, and you were right on the dot on that.
Yeah, good.
My last question to you. You plan to enter the civil services, right?
Yes.
Who has written A to Z of the civil services?
Sir, I did not get.
Who has written?
Who has written this
The
book,
book.
A to Z of
A
the
to
civil
Z of
services?
services.
Okay, sir, I'm not aware.
Yours truly.
All the best.
I'm so sorry, sir. I'll surely read it, sir. Surely.
It's not widely known.
Okay, all the best.
All the best.
Bye.
Thank
All
you.
the best.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.